What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 5, episode 5. Look who's squawking. Let me tell y'all something. I tried watching the VMAs. I ain't never watched the VMAs and I couldn't get through it. You know, I was gonna watch it straight through and then I was gonna come back and I was gonna go ahead and watch the Real Housewives and see what it's about or whatever. So y'all would have got this video late. But baby, the way the VMAs is going tonight, I said F that. I turned after the first hour. Okay, so I said let me stay on schedule. Real Housewives will give me something at least. But we get started on this. I mean, y'all might get a review. I don't know. And if you do, it's probably gonna be the most blah type of thing, if that's what y'all want me to talk about. But anyway, so the episode starts off with Candace. She's at home. You know, she's doing a little house shopping on the interweb. And Chris comes in. And, you know, she's telling him about how everything went with Karen and Giselle. And, you know, she talked to Giselle and how she responded to certain things or whatever. And, you know, this she lay on us about the fact that Monique has invited everybody to her lake house. Okay. So it's going to be like this girls thing. And the husband's supposed to come like the last day. And so at this point, this is a way for Monique to say everybody to reintroduce themselves to each other, you know, start over, I guess, and, you know, just have a good time with the girls, okay? And so at this point, Candace is thinking like she don't even know if she want to come. Truth be told, she don't want to come because of the issues that she's having with Monique. And my whole thing is this. I am the type of person that does not like to let things fester and linger. If I have an issue with you, I am going to get that issue out with you right then and there, okay? It's not going to go on for days. It's not going to go on for weeks. It's not going to go on for months. Because if that's the case, we're done. We are completely done. We don't have to say anything else to each other. You don't have to invite me anywhere, and I'm damn sure not going to invite you. You are done. You are scratched out. So I think they are basically dragging this whole situation out between Monique and Candace. And I don't know if it's because they need to find a certain time to talk or whatever, but I feel as though this little issue that they had between them has grown big by the time we get to what we're going to get to with that big fight. It's grown bigger when it could have been settled like right then and now. Okay, it could have been settled. But, you know, Chris was trying to encourage her to go because she was like, you got, just because you feel some type of way about Monique or whatever, you still got Giselle. You got other people there that you can talk to, you know. She said, you know, me and Giselle, we'll be cool. But see, me and Monique, we got a personal issue. Once again, go ahead and get that shit up out the way so y'all can go about y'all day, you know. And so she gonna go, of course. Meanwhile, we see everybody getting ready for the trip, and you know, the lake house is out there in Maryland. Robin's son Carter don't want her to go. You know, that was cute to see. We see, what's her name? Giselle gets on the phone with her personal assistant trying to make sure that Jamal's schedule is together and how all that fits and everything. And, oh, okay. Girl, I thought, I'm tripping. Bitch, did I just do that on camera? Girl, listen, it don't stink. It don't stink. Sometimes you gotta make sure you're self-assured. I know some of y'all breath be stinking up in the mask, because mine do. Okay, especially after I eat. So stop it. Girl, listen, that was just, I have a headache. Stop it. But anyway, I can't believe I did that. Nah, Jamal, she trying to get Jamal's schedule together. You know, she talking about some. She glad that she back with her man, but sometimes being in a long distance relationship is kind of hard because sometimes you want to just be chilling at the crib and then you call him up and be like, you know, come over and do what it do. You know what I'm saying? When you in a long distance relationship, you can't just pull up. Okay, you gotta wait. You know. And so that was that. Then we get to Ashley. She's trying to get stuff ready. Michael come up in there. And I don't know how I feel about this. Now, granted, I understand that the baby do need to be with the mother for a certain period of time, but Ashley could have had a break. Like, Michael, what was the reason why you could not have Michael made it seem as though, you know, the baby needs its mother right now, okay? You need to take the baby with you. And it was like he was forcing it on her to make sure that she said, yes, I'm going to take him. Like, because he didn't want to take him. That's what I was getting from him, okay? I'm sitting here like, so you mean to tell me you can't take your son for a couple of days while she going and give your wife a little bit of a reprieve? Because I'm pretty sure Ashley is the one taking care of that baby 24/7 and not him, or at least more hours than he is. You know what I'm saying? Give her a little break. And I understand that Ashley's probably having a little anxiety and probably a little separation anxiety too. But Ashley needed that time to be away from her son, not to be like, oh, I don't want to be by him no more or whatever, but to just give herself a chance to breathe for a short period of time. It was not like she was about to leave and go overseas and leave for like 2 months and leave the baby behind. No, it's probably a couple of days. And you mean to tell me you couldn't? How do y'all feel about that? Because I feel like, Michael could have held on to the baby or whatever. And then, of course, he had to boost her ego, talking about her butt look good or whatever. That's the Ashley right there. I want an Ashley and all that stuff. But I still felt some type of way about the fact that he didn't keep that baby. Maybe I'm doing a little much. Maybe because I'm not a mother. Because somebody going to say, because you're not a mother. Fuck that. I just feel that way. Okay? So now we're at Monique's place. She's getting ready, getting the kids ready, and when she was in that goddamn confessional, bitch, and the way they sped up all the shit that she was talking about, what she had to do. I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that. Then I gotta go get the kids. Then I gotta go, pay the driveway. Then I gotta go fix the building. Then I gotta go do this. Then I gotta go get some bird seeds. Then I gotta go this. And I gotta go this. And I was like, girl, shut the fuck up, okay? And they ain't gonna have the nerve to say, I mean, there's no smaller way I could have said that, simpler way I could have said all that. You could have said, girl, I just got a lot of stuff to do. That's the simplest way, okay? That is the simplest way, sweetie, So, they're getting ready, she's waiting on Giselle and Karen. She's saying how she didn't really get that much sleep and, she got to drive up there. So, with Giselle and Karen in the car, hopefully she won't fall asleep or whatever. And Chris and me is just like, Giselle and Karen. Giselle and Monique in the car with y'all together, whatever. Ain't that something? Karen is surprised by it too. Okay, we all shocked by it. And at this moment, like, girl, the whole time I'm thinking about this whole issue with the rumor about Giselle supposed to be agreeing to say that, Chris was not the father of Chase and all this stuff, and this supposed to have happened a while ago, whatever. But y'all are up here, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm saying it wrong, but y'all up here being cool. You let the lady in your house, you're driving her around. I don't give a damn about no fucking contracts or whatever, but bitch, if you talk about my child like that, trying to say that he's somebody else's kid or whatever, we ain't friends. I'm not inviting you into my house. So I'm confused about this story still as the timeline is taking place. Was this supposed to come up at the reunion, this reunion, or was supposed to come up at last reunion and you found out about it and you still going on like everything's all to the good? I am confused, okay? And I'm going to get confused until they clear that shit up. Because at this point, I'm looking at everybody sideways. Monique, ain't no way in hell. First of fucking all, with all the bullshit that Giselle has said and done since day one, I wouldn't trust that bitch enough to bring in my house, okay? Let alone my car and to be around anything of mine. And so, I'm just looking at it like, no, Monique. No, Monique, this ain't going to end well with you, okay? You want to be cool with these girls that bad or whatever, it's not going to end well. Giselle cannot stop shading her in the confessional. When Karen shaded the fuck out of Giselle in her fashion sense and said, I really hope that Giselle's fashion sense does not rub off on Monique. The bitch can't dress. Sometimes I don't even want to be around her, okay? Because she just can't dress. We know. You saw the decor of her house or whatever. We know. We've been seeing it throughout these years. We know. But damn, something about that whole situation just don't seem right to me. So then they get the whole thing with the T'Challa, the bird. Rest in peace, Chadwick. Rest in power. Oh my God, like when that news hit, y'all, when that news hit a couple of days ago, I had literally just got through doing my Real Housewives, not Real Housewives, my Love After Lockup review, and my sister sent me a message and said, bitch, do you see this? And I got on Twitter and I was just like, oh my goodness. I'm still in disbelief. Like, that was a good man. That was a good black man. so sad, so strong. Okay, we're not gonna do that, but we had to acknowledge him because the bird name is T'Challa. Wakanda forever, bitch. You know, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Okay, he was such a talented individual, talented, positive individual. I just had to put that out there. Okay, we can't let the weekend go by without saying that. I don't want to wait till Thursday to speak on it or whatever. But anyway, I really did tear up. But anyway, they scared of the bird. Okay, they was waiting on Karen. Karen finally showed up. They get up in the car. The bird pooping everywhere. Giselle acting all stupid like the bird gonna touch her. It's in the cage. Then they get in there talking about whether or not everybody's coming. Monique knows that Ashley is bringing baby Dean, okay, and at this point they was like, why Michael couldn't babysit? Well, maybe Michael had to work. That's the thing, but there's also a babysitter, or you could have took a day off, or I'm pretty sure you got some days that you could have took some, one day or whatever. It's not gonna hurt your bottom line or whatever. But they was like, do you think that he be watching the baby? And Karen and everybody said no. Because I don't think he do either. Then they asked, is Candace coming? Well, I extended the invitation to her. She can come if she wants to. We do got our issues, but I just don't want to make it feel like regardless of whatever issues, the ladies and I may have, I don't want them to feel excluded from the group. If we got some things going on, you can come too. Monique, you better than me because, bitch, if we got issues, you not coming to shit of mine, okay? I'm just saying, I don't want to see you until the issues are resolved, if they can be resolved. But moving on from that, the Wendy's supposed to be coming, and we see Wendy, she's going through the same thing. She's dealing with a lot with her kids, and gotta get the babysitter, gotta pump. This is her first time going to be away for more than for more than a day or whatever, a few hours from her baby that she just had, her baby girl. And she has that little mommy guilt as well. But or I should say, I'm not gonna say mommy guilt, she just feels a little way, okay? Because the way that she's gonna go in on Ashley about bringing her baby girl, it's about to be a mess. But that's what was going on, and they on their way to the lake house. So, the girls get up there to the lake house. Monique is showing everybody around. She already gave Karen the first bed, that's on the first floor, whatever. She got the master bedroom, of course. Robin shows up. They're talking. And, they get ready to go around because they have a guest house. And Monique says when the family comes into town, this is where, they either stay in the guest house, they stay in the main house, they stay at the big house or whatever. That's what's going on. Okay, what got me was the fact that Robin showed up on time. She said she didn't want to miss the festivities this time, But what got me is the fact, because not Monique. Giselle is also supposed to be leaving on Saturday because she got to go to New York for, this literary award thing, see if she wins or whatever, which she probably won't. No shade because, girl. But anyway, Robin said, ugh, I wouldn't want to live up in no woods or whatever. And it's like all these little, even when Wendy showed up about the wood stuff, like, first of all, why y'all making these sad comments about, living in this house and, the whatever? Like, first of all, Robin, beggars can't be choosers. This is hell of a lot better than what you got, okay? So, you too, Giselle. But I don't even think Giselle said anything. But either way, it was a lot. They go to the guest house. Giselle and Robin gonna be up in the guest house. As they come back up, Wendy shows up. And no, Candace shows up at first. She was like, I'm very hurt. I'm really hurt with the things that's going on between me and Monique. I said and talk to the bitch because I'm tired of talking about it. It's episode 5 and y'all done drag this out that y'all got some type of issue. Fix the shit so we can move on, okay? Beat each other ass so we can move on. Do something because I'm tired of hearing about it. If you didn't really want to come, don't come. But she said, like Chris said, she don't have an issue with everybody. I mean, you don't have to come to every event. Okay, what is this? FOMO, fear of missing out? You don't have to come to every event. You could say, I'm going to pass this one up. You guys have fun or whatever. And it don't mean anything. It just means that you didn't want to come at that time. It don't mean that you have an issue with anybody, But okay, contracts or whatever. So she gets there. They're talking. Next thing you know, Wendy shows up. She feels some type of way. First of all, Karen... when they mention Wendy, they talking about trying to get to know people on a different level. And she was like, I probably want to get to know Wendy. Like, what is she giving? Because all this CNN, commentator and all this stuff, that can't just be it. Giselle and everybody else is like, girl, you on the same board with her. What is it? She was like, just because I'm on the board with her don't mean that I know her, which is true. Okay. And so that's what the issue is between Karen and Wendy. Why is there an issue? Why does Karen not see it for Wendy at this point? Wendy shows up. She feels some type of way because she now knows that, Ashley is showing up with Dean and a babysitter or a nanny or whatever. And her whole thing is, well, I have a baby too, and how come I couldn't show up with my baby? Well, maybe if you probably would have told Monique and asked her, you probably could have. Because I'm pretty sure that's what Ashley did. She opened up her mouth and she probably asked. Okay? Closed mouth don't get fed. Okay? You don't get service. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the situation was, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what went down. And she talked about something, she got to breastfeed or whatever. She got to pump, I should say. And while she in the midst of talking about something, this be an opportunity because I want to get to know all you ladies or whatever, because she is the new girl. Girl, T'Challa just came through, okay, and just fucked everything up. Had everybody scared. I said, put T'Challa back in the cage, okay? Let him, Monique, Chris said, bitch, that's your thing. You gonna have to take care of that, okay? Don't leave that motherfucker at home because it's gonna be dead by the time you come back because I'm not feeding it. That's why she had to bring T'Challa. So, girl, pets. So, T'Challa came in, wreck shop or whatever. Karen was loving it because it would happen to Wendy. Karen still feels some type of way because they told Karen about the fact that Wendy was up there questioning whether or not Karen and Ray still having sex or whatever. But whatever, Ashley comes in with the baby, and of course Wendy is in her feelings. Now, Wendy's whole argument is, I also had a baby too. I'm not going to feel sympathy because you're a new mother or whatever, and your husband could have did this. And, Ashley like, well, my husband works. Okay, my husband works too. My husband owns the company. Well, my husband is an attorney, but my husband owns the company. Okay, that's what it was. And, with Wendy's argument, her whole thing is, I thought this was a girl's trip. I went through so much. She talking about how much she suffered, how much she had to pump, for hours or whatever just to get ready to come here, so the baby can be satisfied and have something to eat or whatever, breast milk to drink on, while she was gone and doing all this stuff. And I get where Wendy is coming from. Wendy, she's saying that have sympathy for me, feel some type of way for me too, because not only is she just a new mother or whatever, so what? I'm a new mother too. My baby was born 2 months early. I had to lay in the incube with her, whatever. She was in the incube and all this stuff. And my thing about it is, as everybody was saying, and I don't think they were trying to be rude and say, well, put aside from the fact that she had a new baby, you're not a new mother. You've been a mother for a few years to 2 other children. This is your 3rd go around. That's what they was trying to say. They're not trying to say that, trying to put aside like, girl, you ain't no new mama. Ashley, on the other hand, this is her first time being with a child, okay, that she gave birth to. She is literally a new mother, and so she's going through what some new mothers probably going through, separation anxiety. The daddy don't want to take care of the kid or whatever, so she got to lag the kid along, and then they going back and forth about, oh, well, you got a nanny. No, that nanny is my best friend, okay? Well, still, you got somebody to watch. Okay, and at the end of the day, Monique had to interject because it got out of hand and say, I suggested that she come out here with the baby if she needed to do all that. And later on, like I said, Monique said if you needed that, she would have allowed her to come out there with the baby too. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is communication, and I feel as though I understand where Wendy is coming from. I understand the frustration because she also has a child, but all she had to do was open up her mouth and ask and see if it was okay, and Monique would have made arrangements for her because she's sleeping in a room with a queen size bed. You could have brought your nanny too. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the girls would have really had a problem with it. They don't have a problem with Ashley being out there with the baby, so why would they have a problem with you? You know what I'm saying? And it's just communication. And, like, she was just getting a little bit riled up for too much. It was just too much, Wendy. Okay? It was too much. I get it. Because honestly, if this supposed to be a girl weekend or trying to get to know each other and I didn't know nobody's supposed to bring no babies or whatever, I would have felt a little way about a baby being up in there, but then I would have got over it, and I still wouldn't have made a big deal about it like that, okay? But she also had a baby, so she's dealing with her hormonal issues and stuff, trying to get back in place, and, going back to what happened or whatever, what she dealt with and all that. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, girl, I get it, but you need to calm down. You need to calm down. It's done at this point. There is no change. And what, you're going to go back to the house and come back and get your baby? No, just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? Let it go for right now. Monique saying that the theme of the party is to get to know everybody, because everybody is not the same that they've been. People have changed, people have evolved or whatever. So that's that. We see everybody trying to call their significant others, their kids, whatever. Baby, I cringe every time Ray and Karen gets on the phone or have any type of interaction lately, because Ray, Karen is trying to tell us the love is still there. It's just the communication that's not. Baby, I don't know if it's the love that's still there or if it's really gone. He sounded like he was just on the phone with you just to be on the phone with you. And when you asked him, did he miss you? Girl, chirps. Ain't nobody say nothing. All of a sudden it's a bad connection. No, Ray did not say anything. Ray was grateful for that time by himself, okay? So that's what was going on. They complained about the Wi-Fi, and it's going to be interesting how this goes. Like, Wendy, just calm down a little bit. I get where you coming from, but bring it down just a notch. So, they're getting ready for dinner. Giselle is ready. So Candace goes in there to talk to Giselle. And she wants to sincerely apologize for everything that's been going on between her and Giselle. Giselle was talking about, well, I did shade you a little bit or whatever, and I just threw like a little pinch, and you threw like a dagger and threw me in a forest and a dungeon and stuff like that. Basically saying that the way that Candace came back at her was greater than the offense. Okay. And, Candace understood that, and she said, I should have came to you. I should have been woman enough to come to you. I didn't know that I can come to you and tell you that, I felt some type of way about what you said, but I should have came to you instead of running to Twitter and Instagram and putting it all out there like that, And so they made up for sure, for real this time. And, she was like, I'm going to let you go and wait for Robin. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Trying to make a joke about how Robin is always late. And Giselle was like, no, when food involved, Robin going to be ready. Okay. Robin was putting them earrings on and she was ready to go. Okay. So they get down to the dinner table. And everybody is having a good time. And so now I think Ashley brought up that they're supposed to be playing this game about asking some questions or whatever. And so they started it off with Candace. Monique asked Candace, so how did she get along with people, or how was she in her teenage years and her teenage school years? You know what I'm saying? And she said, she went to a school where she was the minority. It was very few brown people there, and Ashley was like, did that prompt you? Is that the reason what prompted you to take African American study in college? And she was like, yes, that's part of the reason why I did that. And then Giselle goes and says, is that what also prompted you from getting the nose job? And I said, wait a minute. Everybody at the table was like, hold up. Candace said, wait a minute, I got a nose job? And they put up these two pictures, and I can't really tell whether or not she got a nose job or it's just makeup. Because these days, it can just be the contouring, of the nose or whatever. But according to Candace, the way that she was reacting, she was like, no, I didn't get no nose job. Were you there? Were you actually there with me in the hospital when I got the nose job? This supposed nose job? I said, Giselle, don't put your foot in your mouth like that. But, everybody, I said, right after y'all just made up. But she took it in stride. It was okay. They talked about, who did they ask? Robin, are you really, you and Juan, are you really going to get married? She wants to get married to him. The ball is in his court. Giselle has to feel away because, she is holding on to the information that she already know that Juan is planning to propose to her. So it's eating her up. So, she got to hold on to that a little bit longer. They asking, what's her name? Karen asked Giselle. Karen was straight up, okay? She said, now since you done been with a man that cheated on you and had babies outside your marriage too, how does it feel to be back with a man like that? Girl, Giselle skidded around that question and said, it is what it is. We taking it day by day and we just gonna work on us. That's basically what she said. She didn't say, well, I feel some type of way because, that hurt me. That really deeply hurt me. I don't know if the trust is truly there, whatever. She didn't get deep like that. She just basically said, it ain't none of your business. And so many words. So many little words. She said, it ain't none of your business. Karen was in that confession like, listen, bitch, I could never. Okay? I could never. I was like, all right, to each his own, because I can never either. But moving on from that, it's one thing to cheat. It's another thing to cheat and then to bring outside kids into it. That take it to a whole nother level. Because you could cheat, and depending on what was going on in that situation, I could maybe forgive and be like, well, if I was doing this or whatever, you maybe wouldn't have looked outside or whatever. But you cheated and then brought kids. Girl, no, it never. Lesbians ain't got to deal with all of that unless there's a psychodyke that's going on over there. But I talk to y'all about that because I know a few that did some shit like that. Okay, scandalous. Girl, one day I'm gonna tell y'all the story about how I got catfished about something. Girl, it is a thing. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later. Moving on from that, it just popped up in my head because I was like, I really did get catfished. It was when I was a baby gay. Okay, but I ain't know no better. I didn't know no better. Girl, Ashley been through some stuff. Okay, I've been through some stuff. Moving on. So the questions, Giselle asked Ashley. So Ashley, what's going on with your booty hole? Is your booty hole healed up? Ashley said no. I said, oh my God, how long is it gonna take? What did Dean do? Did he stick his whole fist through your anus? What is happening? Did he go like this and then go like that? Did they not put stitches in it? What is going on? If you taking medications for it, girl, they was like, is your Karen asking, is your booty hole important to the marriage or whatever? Girl, they was like, what about you, Karen? She was like, listen, my butt is not important no more. It has retired. I don't have to work that hard no more. Okay. Now they want to ask you to answer the question, and they had asked her, how do you poop? Can you go? I wanted to know that answer too. We never got that, okay? We never got that answer because then it went on to Karen and Wendy, okay? Wendy was the next person, and Karen turned around to her, and Wendy turned around to her and was like, come on, let's go, let's do this. So it was brought to my attention that you was talking about, me and Ray and what we do and sexually and all that stuff. If you want to get to know me, you don't try to get to know me by getting to know my vagina. You ask me questions personally, okay? I said, ooh, Karen was coming. She was ready. I said, get her. Now, both of y'all put y'all differences on the table and clear this shit up because I'm tired of it. So Karen basically was like, if you got something to say, hit me up or whatever. Wendy is like, listen, we serve on the same board. We done seen each other multiple times and you be dismissive to me. Karen don't think that she's been dismissive. Karen, you have, okay. You just don't like the girl, or you just don't like her aura or whatever. You don't have no beef with her. Sometimes you just don't vibe with people. And Wendy just showed me another side of her that I don't vibe with, okay? Now, Wendy, I was liking you, girlfriend. Her and Karen was going to set up a little dinner to actually get to talk and get to know each other. Okay, fine. That's cool. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? But it gets back turned on to this whole situation with the baby and Ashley and the way that she came off, and she was a little aggressive and she was a little strong or whatever. And Ashley said, you really came off hard. She was like, no, I was passionate. She was like, no, you really came off really aggressive and hard. Wendy, you did. Okay, and we understand the fact that you have a child as well, and you would have liked to bring your child. That's understandable. We get that. We get where you're coming from. It's just the way that you went about it. And Wendy did point out, you don't have an issue with the way that I said things. No, you don't have an issue with what I said. You have an issue with the tone and things that I said. Either way, Wendy, you were wrong in your delivery. You were wrong in the way that you did all of that whole thing. And the big thing about it that you could have done was offer the girl an apology, because Ashley did nothing to you. It was not Ashley that made the decision to bring her child. Monique said that she can bring the child. So be upset with Monique because Monique let her do that and not you. Okay? Like, I don't get where you're coming from so strongly and so harshly at Ashley unless Unless because you go so hard at her and you talking about something because Ashley said, it didn't become an issue until you brought my husband into it. And then you still going hard at Ashley for what? Robin is like, do you feel like you owe her an apology? She said, if it was me, do you feel like you would have had owed me an apology? She was like, no, it's nothing. I said, technically, that's some immature shit right there, Wendy. For somebody with a whole bunch of PhDs and all these degrees or whatever, you can't bring yourself down a little bit to say I messed up, or not say that you messed up, because you didn't mess up. You just overreacted a little bit. That's all. You were in your feelings, and you could have just literally said I overreacted for that. My bad. I apologize. Okay. And technically speaking, you ain't got to get nobody apology if you don't want to. But it's just your tone and the way that you deliver shit that I was not here for. We don't even fucking like Ashley. And you got us up here fucking defending this bitch. Like, I just don't understand it. Please don't put me in a situation like that. Okay? For 5 episodes, y'all been putting me in a situation like that. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it, okay? I want to go back to disliking this girl. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm being honest. At least I'm being honest. Girl. And then they go back and forth, and Ashley was like, see, that's why you don't have no female friends. She was like, no, I got female friends. I just don't have female friends like you because you a fake bitch. I said, wait a minute, where's this coming from? And I'm thinking about it because Candace gets involved in trying to, stop everybody from doing what they doing. I said, you know what? You was frustrated at what took you, that's what they determined. Like, you was frustrated at all the stuff that it took for you to come out here, whatever. That's fine. But also, I feel as though Wendy upset with Ashley and coming off at Ashley doing all the stuff because I'm pretty sure Candace done told her some stuff about Ashley, and so that's her good girlfriend. So therefore, you don't like the bitch, so now I don't like the bitch, and I'm gonna put her in her place. That's what Wendy was giving me. And then Wendy was telling her, listen, you don't call me Wendy. People like you call me Dr. Wendy. Bitch, I would have called her Wendy, Wendella, all of that shit, all up and down the goddamn street, bitch. Who the fuck are you? See, Ashley, if you gonna bear the fucking name Ashley, you gotta boss up to that name, because Ashley's don't play. At least this bitch right here, because it ain't no wait a minute. That would have been the first fight of the goddamn season, okay? Baby or not, tore booty hole or not, bitch, I would have jumped up on that table. You would have saw my big ass get up and slap the dog shit. I would have slapped that wig off her face. Dr. Wendy my ass. Dr. Wendy my ass. What you not gonna do is try to play me in front of my friends in the group that you trying to get involved in. Okay? No, we're not gonna do that. Girl, Wendy, get your shit together, because I don't want to have to defend this girl like this no more. Okay? Because you irked me this episode. Something about you is off. Okay? I don't know. Them hormones is just fluttering everywhere. Okay? But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. I'm gonna go back and try to finish watching these VMAs and see what they giving or not. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.